Hi there, it's Ina here and welcome to my art room. Thank you so much for subscribing to my channel and please push the bell icon so you will receive notification of all my regular uploads. Another envelope arrived in the mail for my Bits and Bobs challenge, and this one came from Heidi. She's one of my viewers and she sent me a nice variety of papers. And like most of the time, I will be working on one of my chipboard journal pages, which I gessoed beforehand. So as you can see here, she sent me some images. There are some book pages. There are some obviously leftover things from her work. There is some Tibetan script right there, very cool. There is the word tangible, there is a tea bag, and there are some nice jelly prints, some on paper, some on deli paper, of course some teal paper, which is always great, a piece of corrugated cardboard, there's a close tag with a string, there are some fussy cut flowers, and there are two fun pieces with a very nice rusty color. So to start with, I will use some of the smaller pieces of paper and I will rip them into even smaller squares so I can start laying out a background. And I use Mod Podge to glue everything down. I show you the very beginning of it, but then it's pretty simple and rather repetitious. So I fast forward in just a second. It only took me a few minutes to cover the background, but I had to also cut apart the little tea bag, so I had enough pieces to actually cover everything. Next, I look at some of the pieces and pick the ones which initially I think could work well together and maybe make a focal point. I want to definitely include the image of the lady, but at this point I really haven't decided on anything yet. I know I want to use the rusty color, the teal color, some of the textured pieces, but before I get to it, I need to work a little bit more on the background. To start with, I use some watered down gesso just to fade out the pattern a bit, and the reason I pick up the page is because I have already done some work on the other side, and this way it keeps it safe from any gesso that doesn't belong there. Here I'm using a kitty paintbrush marker, and it just gives me an initial color idea, and I think, yep, I'm going to go with some purple today. Next comes a little section which I could have easily edited out, but I thought, well, you might as well see that I do make a mess sometimes. So I started with some sprinkles, made a mess, made more mess with my rag, and then figured, never mind about the sprinkles. Let's just put some purple on it, use a stencil and some baby wipe to take off the excess, and create a background this way. So now I am back with rearranging my papers, and from here on my steps are really very easy to follow. So I will put all the mediums I will be using in the captions, including anything I might need to explain, and I will talk to you in just a little while. Enjoy. And that was the last step I took before my page was all done. And I really included a lot of the elements which were sent to me. As you can see, I only have a few bits and bobs left. Now, I, of course, also sent an envelope to Heidi so she could also make a page, and she sent me a couple of photos. First, here are the things I sent her way, and this is the page she made. I think it's beautiful. It's so dimensional, wonderful colors. You did an amazing job, Heidi, and I hope you had fun with this. Thank you so much for playing along. All right, so let me give you a bit of a close-up so you can see some of the details. Now, I definitely did a lot of layering on this page. Many of the papers were thin and so very easy to work with, and some of the heavier pieces like the corrugated cardboard and the close tag really give the piece some dimension, some texture and extra interest. I also like the glitter and the shine from the golden stickle. Now, to make things stick out a bit more against the rather lively background, I used the charcoal pencil, and I think the outlining really puts everything into focus. So that was it for today. I'm going camping. Yay! I see you next week. Thank you so much for coming, and bye-bye for now.